Alrighty, I am back. So I'm just shooting so much content today. I have like all these ideas, and I told myself I'm gonna get in here and shoot this content. Okay, so this video is about 5 health tips to focus on if you lose your job. And so in my previous video, I talked about like 7 tips if you're about to lose your job. And I think it kind of teetered on maybe like 3 if you're about, and then the rest is like if you did. But anyhow, this is about 5 health tips that you can focus on if you lose your job. And they may not be easy to focus on right away. I think I might have 6, maybe 7. I might have 7, and one of them was from the one prior. Okay, so let's get to it. One is exercise. So whether or not you are already exercising or not, start moving. Start moving. If you've already lost your job, if you've lost your job, I'm so sorry. I hope you get through this. I hope you figure out what you want to do next, whether it is get another job or whether it is start a business or whether it is both. Okay. But get moving. If you have a gym membership, utilize that. And if you have a gym membership that has like, some gym memberships have like levels to them, then reduce it to another level and just get in the gym. Get in that gym. And if you're not ready to get in the gym, just walk. And if you don't have a membership, just walk and set goals for yourself, whether it is like, I think they said like the average steps a person takes just when they're doing their day to day. And it's probably if you were working and stuff, you take about 4,000 steps a day. So set a goal of like 10,000 steps, and it's actually not that hard. And it's time consuming, but it's not hard. But set some goals. And if you're not hitting the 4,000, make 4,000 your first goal to attain. But get moving, move your body so you're not sitting stagnant. It will help also just like clear your mind and help you refocus on what you need to focus on if you found yourself in a position where you might have lost your job, right? Get walking, get moving. You know, it's funny because I used to do these wellness talks with my friend Giovanni in the US, and she would always talk about getting her 10,000 steps, and it never dawned on me to get walking then or to join one of her challenges for the month. And now that I've started doing more walking myself, I realize how freeing it can be for my mind. It's helping with like inflammation in my body and how I feel better. And then even just the goal of it, like I'm constantly checking my Fitness Pal app. If you have your whatever fitness app you have, but my Fitness Pal, no, there's no sponsorship here. It's a free app. You can download it, and as you walk with your phone, or if you have a device, I have a watch, but I don't even know where it is. You can connect it, and then it will track your steps. But you do need to have your phone on you if you don't have like a body device. But get moving, get walking, and once you hit the first goal and you hit it consistently, even if you hit 10,000 in the week, right, until you're to the point where you're hitting more. If you're already hitting 4, aim for 7 if you think 10 is too much, and then hit 10 and do it while the weather's still nice. I don't know where you are, where you're watching this video from, but if it's still nice outside, get outside and walk. And you need that fresh air as well. So get outside and get into some of that sun so you can get that vitamin D. That exercise, that walk will help you feel better. Even when you weren't expecting it, like you're going to be like, shut up. Who cares? Why do I need to walk? Walk. I didn't even realize that walking could make me feel really good. All right. Next is save some recipes. I said this in my last video, delete those food delivery apps, and no shade to them because I've spent a lot of money with you guys. But if you lost your job, you really need to start cooking. And I have justified buying a 2-for-1 deal by a BOGO, buy one, get one. Yes, a BOGO, buy one, get one for free deal. I've justified, the cost of a BOGO is cheaper or the same as going to the grocery store and cooking. but it'll probably be healthier if you're not buying that BOGO. So it seems quite obvious, but sometimes it's not. So delete the apps. Delete the apps. I don't know why I'm whispering. Delete the apps. Damn it. Delete the apps. Unless you're becoming a driver on the side, delete the apps. And there's no shade there because I've done that as well. And then really start saving recipes that you want to try out. I tried out making dumplings recently and it was a hot mess. It was delicious. It was too spicy, but it was a hot mess. So I'm going to go back in there and try again. If you don't like cooking, this is the time to get into how to make the easiest things. So, delete the apps and save some recipes and try to have a little fun with it. And it will, one, you'll be more conscientious of what you're putting in your body. There's a lot of things out there that are not good for us. And while we are, if you had lost your job and you need to get back on your game or find something else, you need to keep your mind in a good place, but you also need to nurture your body as well. And so the walking, as we talked about in number 1, is just one way that contributes to taking care of yourself, but what you're putting in your body is your second way. So delete the apps, save some recipes on TikTok, and explore and have fun. Number 3 is I wrote down somatic breathing because last spring, I mentioned this in my last video, was extremely helpful for me to calm my nervous system. But if you want to do other things, then listen, get into YouTube University and check out yoga on YouTube University, Pilates on Yoga University if you do not have that gym membership. But find something that's going to calm you, but still stretch you out and work with your body, right? Something that I'm going to say center you, but that's actually the next one. But somatic breathing calms the nervous system. Things like yoga, Pilates stretch you out. So even if you're not able to do vigorous things like going to the gym, or even walking, even if that causes a lot of pain, especially if you have a disability, then turn on YouTube University and find what works for you. And I'm going to add to this, or maybe this will just segue us into the next one. So the next one is soothe your spirit. Okay, number 4 is soothe your spirit, calm your spirit, that spirit inside of you, calm your spirit. So that is going to be your journaling, that's going to be your meditation, that's going to be your prayer. And I'm going to go further and say that's also going to be like frequency music that you're listening to or what you're consuming, right? So that's going to feed your subconscious mind. That's going to feed your spirit. So get into your practices that help you, right? Some people cannot journal. They're not that person. They don't want to sit there writing. I love to write. I have probably way too many journals. And sometimes I can't even write. So do it when you can. And do not be too hard on yourself, but get into the journaling, get into the meditation, guided meditation, guided somatic breathing, that stuff helps. Prayer, get into your Bible if that's who you are. You don't have to be big on a religion to open your Bible and have a verse speak to you, right? And don't come for me, anybody, because honestly, this is not what it's about. But find a way to soothe your spirit. Get into nature. Get out and spend time in nature, especially if you are in warmer weather. Get into nature and just identify all the great things to be grateful for. When you show gratitude, that's healthy for you, right? And when you show gratitude and the things that you focus on when you are grateful, those are the things that you actually attract to you. So get into that. In the midst of losing your job, sometimes it's not easy to see what you have to be grateful for, but there's always someone that's in a different situation that may seem worse than what you are in, or that may actually be worse than what you're in. So just try to identify what you have to be grateful for. If you're alive, be grateful. Some people don't even have that. So take care of yourself by doing these things. I understand. Okay, that was because I took one out and I forgot to delete it. And this is a bonus. This is a bonus health tip. And it's not actually a health tip, so, don't come for me. This is the bonus. The bonus is, or this is number 5, is start thinking about how you want to live. How do you want to live your life? So if there's that exercise that people would always say, if you could live any life and money was not an issue, how would you live your life? And every time I've answered that question in my earlier age, I would say, I would probably live on an island, and I'd wake up and I'd go to the beach and I would enjoy some time in front of the water, journaling and eating fresh fruit from the beach, and then going and doing my business, and then, relaxing at the end of the night. But also, if I was to answer that question now, that would include that and travel. So I would probably split my time between somewhere warm and somewhere else, if it's not a warm space, but like execute the things that, all the things I ever desired, right? All those big dreams, where blue sky, as they say, right? All those blue sky dreams, I would execute those blue sky dreams. And it's crazy because I'm kind of in that situation now, but I'm still focusing on my health. Like now I'm really focused on my health, and it took me time to get here. So that's why I'm sharing this with you, because if my little few tips can help you, then maybe you can get there faster than I did. Some people move fast and some people just need a little bit more time. So take the time that you need. Do not be too hard on yourself, but really pour into yourself. And I want to say romanticize living, romanticize your life. What does that look like for you? What can it look like for you? And start working towards those things. And it can be as little as the walk outside, getting into nature, eating something healthy, cutting back down. My way of cutting down on sugar is, instead of having a medium coffee, I've cut down to a small. Yesterday I had a medium, but that was the first time in a long time. And it's been months since I've had a bag of chips. A bag of chips. Before, in the evening, you could always hear me if you're talking to me on the phone. Like, what are you eating? I'm always eating a bag of chips. I'm always eating some chips, not a bag of chips. I'm eating some chips. And sometimes I have like plantain chips now, but I'm more health conscious on the choices of the things I'm putting in my body. So I just really want you to take care of yourself as you're going through transitions in your life. And these are just some healthy tips. And when I say romanticize your life and what you really want to do, sometimes that might lead you to a side hustle. So what does that look like for you? Right? What does transitional skills look like for you? Sit down, take some time, write that down. I've also written a few things. If you've ever used AI, how have you used them in an organization, and how can you use them in a space of entrepreneurship if that's what you're going to do? And then take those skills, if you've done anything, and maybe work with your AI and then update that on your resume if your goal is to get another job. But really think about how you can optimize processes for yourself and things that you want to do, but really spend the time thinking about how you want to live and start working towards that. We got this life here to explore and try new things, and try not to be ashamed of anything. Like, it's just a part in your journey. It doesn't define you. But love on yourself, speak to yourself kindly, and really pour love into yourself. So I wish you all the best if you are not laid off, if you are laid off, and if you're just working to being a better person for yourself. Really pour into yourself and take care of your body from the inside and out. All right, take care. See you on the next video.